ano eh. Meron talaga silang pinapaboran. As a third party viewer, parang despite the fact that Mr. Arnel Gacutan was permanently disqualified to run, tapos siya pa i-appoint and he will be the one to conduct the COMELEC and form his own COMELEC. Diba parang highly anomalous, highly questionable.
During this time, nagpapakandak sila ng election with their example. I think, I was not there on time, but when I look at the records, there was this time na lahat ng kalaban nila disqualified for COMELEC.
When I ran together with several incumbents, we were 7. In that 7, they disqualified 4. General Lopez is one of them, along with other homeowners. So only 3 were left. So of course we lost. That was in 2019. 2020 we did not run because we said, no, let's boycott them. 2021, we purposely fielded candidates, not to actually run, but to see if they will be disqualified. All 7 were disqualified. We just wanted to see if they would be disqualified, and they were all disqualified for the silliest of reasons.
So we're not very appreciative of that letter. He would run the show, he would put up his own conflict.
In fact, we have.
Now, maybe we can read between the lines.
Of course, everybody can read between the lines. If you are going to be the one running for the office and you are going to field your own COMELEC, so isa lang ang patutunguhan, hindi ko mananalo.
That's why we're very, very insistent. The 8 issue, they follow the ISA rule. Kaya mag-election, to make the election credible, should be honesty.
At saka, sila rin siguro yung mag-assign kung qualified ba itong tatakbo nito o hindi.
Yeah,
Sila
sila mag-bet.
Sila mag-bet, mag-bet. So ngayon, anong gusto nyong mangyari?
Matuloy ang election. Scrap this piece of paper and then call for the election.
Call for the election.
If we lose, we lose. We don't know.
Okay. Okay.
The truth must come out.
Saka sir, hintayin namin, gusto namin malaman yung sagot ng LGU regarding yung susulat nyo. Kasi yung
Masasakit po
importante
sila.
kung ano yung magiging sagot nyo. So, panawagan nyo na lang sa LGU sir para ano.
Gusto nyo hanggang gabi na kami dito.
Welcome po.
Lang kami.
Thank you very much. You can actually continue the discussions.
So, tapos na po. Well, kung meron pa kayong mga questions, pero nandito tayo para supportahan sila.
Thank you very much po.
Kasi we are for truth and justice. Kasi nakakaawa naman kayo na kayo yung dapat na nasa pwesto, kayo pa yung paaalisin dahil nag-utos yung mayor
5 years.
sa police officer ba yun?
Mag-village pa na
Wala namang ibang
siya na rin yung kalaban mo.
He assured us of peace. That's what he did.
Kasi ang sinasabi niya kapon, lulusog din yung grupo ni Gacutan, pero hindi yun ang report namin din. They would come in, Gacutan, i-clean up, tapos lugar din.
Actually po, yung si Mr. Gacutan is a very controversial personality. Ako yun ako video. Before pa po, bago po nagkaroon itong after the pandemic na laban natin. May mga laban na po noon, Bantay Village pa po yung binuon ng mga residente noon. Ang kalaban din po noon ay si Mr. Gacutan. I think at that time po noon,
2005.
very controversial yung naging issues noon sa yung mga Shabu laboratories dito sa Monte, you remember?
Marami nahuli siya po laboratory.
Yung po yung naging controversy noon. Hanggang ngayon po, meron kami pinaglalaban dito sa Monte.
What actually, we don't know if it was incidental, Kasi by 2018, nag-proliferate po ang POGO tenants dito sa Philippines. It's 2018, nag-proliferate ang POGO. And most other villages would, reject POGOs, but this administration was very welcoming.
By his own words.
Yeah.
He said it is a golden
Opportunity. He called it a golden opportunity.
Wow.
Siya
Yeah,
mismo nagsabi.
it actually became a golden opportunity because by 2018-19, during the peak ng mga POGOs, houses here were being leased for 350, $500,000 per month.
A month.
Per month, paid in advance up to 10 months or 1 year. So that's a good 5 million to 6 million a year na income for the homeowner. Of course, later on, the homeowners would realize na kulang pa yung income nila na nakukuha with the damages caused to the house kasi na-abuse yung bahay. Imagine they were putting not less than 60 to a house.
Yeah.
To 100, kasi pinibidyo namin sila on a regular basis. In fact, we went to the Senate,
Just before the COVID
just
lockdown.
before the lockdown. We went twice to the Senate, and we were on the Senate floor. We were being interviewed by Senator Richard Gordon. I don't know if you remember, nung nagkakaroon ng problema sa non-payment of taxes ng POGOs. So we were invited as parang resource persons. In fact, prior to that, nagbabad dito ang team ni Senator Gordon. At talagang kinukunan ng videos. Nakikita talaga sa video yung labas at pasok ng multitude ng mga POGOs. And
The
these,
facilities of the villages were so taxed
Grabe.
because our electric pipes were all bursting because of the demand on the load. Kasi over-occupied na po yung mga houses. Pati yung water natin, well,
electricity.
we have a water supply problem as it is. Lalo pa humina yung supply namin.
In those days, ang electrical power namin, big shortage. Siyempre, hindi kaya ng load ng bahay. So, pumuputok yung mga transformers. So, palaging may threat ng fire, palaging laki ng load kasi
Exercise yung existing.
non-stop ang operation kasi shifting sila. Dadating yung one shift, aalis yung another shift. So the air conditioning units, walang tigil. So ang garbage nila, grabe. That's why, and that was the golden opportunity.
For him.
Well, for
For them.
him. Kasi sa amin na regular homeowner, sakit ng ulo. Traffic, garbage, power, water shortage, name it. And pasaway pa
Hindi pa sa
sila.
gabi.
That's the pugo, sir.
Pubago, yes.
Oo. So yung sentiment po namin talaga against the administration of Mr. Labutan is firmly based on this facts. Yung history namin, nag-culminate na nga lang po dun sa non-submission niya ng audited financial statements. Very dramatic kasi we imagine na we even bracketed the dues of numbers nun eh. If you're just a regular homeowner, you just pay 800 a month. But if you rented your house to POGOs, in his interview, sabi niya 5,000 daw and then 10,000. But we don't have an accounting to verify if that was really the charging schedule. So naisip namin, siguro maraming pera ang multinational. Ilabas nyo naman yung financial statement and yet wala pong nilabas. So, and that's why the HSAC, levying nga this penalty na, they're perpetually disqualified.